Alright, so how do you create a race in Sailaway? So for Sailaway we go to the Sailaway race editor. So this is where we log in. Yeah, basically just alright, those are some races that are already in there. So I normally just click copy and do, because those races are in there, like, I don't know. Actually had to ask Richard to increase the display up to 250 races, so I could keep my races together, keep copying. So, but alright, just in this case, just let's add a new race. Right, so name. Well, what? April's Fool or something? I'm sure there's no race named like that, so let's just claim it. Okay, so let's see for what. Let's just do it for the Nordic Fold. So are we gonna enable or disable auto trimming? So raise and reef the sails, disable automatics, disable auto sheets, disable auto trim, disable helping hand, and if you want like an Olympic triangle course, you can make the course change with the wind direction, but for that you need to be absolutely sure the course can rotate freely without any rocks, lands, islands or other stuff in the way. So my advice is just to leave that alone. Better is if you have some experience, like you can see in like windy.com. Right, so like here, you choose some spot. So Europe race is on the way somewhere here, and you just check like, okay, 1 hour, 2 hours in front of before the race start. You can check what the wind direction is going to be, and then you can just change the course accordingly so that you have in-wind start and all that kind of stuff. So I usually don't bother with it. Those are like long distance races is my thing. So something like everything above 10 miles, and well, there's not that many people coming to those races. So and you don't want to have too many people in your races, as it causes a lot of latencies when everybody's online. So people who skip boats are jumping. So if you want a race for more than 100 boats, you're waiting for a catastrophe. So just don't do it. Split them up in smaller groups, and you should be okay. So, but enough about that. So it needs a date, of course. So that's going to be easy in this case. So that's going to be the 1st of April. And days are going to be longer already, so we shouldn't. We can start a bit later. So let's say it's going to be summertime in Europe. So this would be 10 minutes after 7, 10 after 5, but it's UTC. So daylight saving would in Europe Central Time would be 1900 hours. So why do I take 1710? Because that will make sure everybody's on time. The pre-start period in Sailaway starts 10 minutes before the starts. So basically, if I understand it correctly, as a race organizer, you cannot make any changes after the start of the 10-minute pre-start period. So to make sure that's at 1700, I put the start at 10 after. Alright, so penalties when sailing offline. That's a whole other topic. Just gonna leave it alone, put it at 0. Short description. Right. That's like an advertisement, so right, the name of the race in Sailaway, let's just go there, will show, let's pick some boat. Will show, okay, let's get that guy out of that race. So I just want to show you where, if the information you put in the race editor, where it shows up in Sailaway. So okay, so let's take this one. So this is the name of the race at the bottom, and this description, the date of course at the top, and here the descriptions appear. So basically what you can see is it does not say anywhere for which type of boat, which class this race is. So if you want to indicate it's limited to certain boats or stuff, you have to put it in the description. Right? So like on the website later in the calendar, let's go to the calendar. Right, so in the calendar it's automatically found. So like I showed you, there was no mentioning of a boat in this race, but here you can see it's on the calendar, it's actually discovers for which boat class the race was made. So let's find back here. So if you put Nordic folk boat in here, that will show up in the calendar, but it will not show up in, right, so I'm in the catch now. So if I join this race, it tells me, hey, you need to sail this in Amoka and you need to change the ship. So I think that's a bit late, right? So why should I have to try it all? So I would suggest that when you're making a race, and it's not known for which it is, because alright, so by now it should be to the people that play Sailaway, the e-sailors, the Europe race, everybody knows it's for Imoca only. At least I expect that to be known. Maybe a little bit cocky, but alright. So it doesn't do too much when you put it in here, so we also put it in the description. Right. Now also in the description, you could put like where you want to put this race. So what location, where it's going to take place. You can put it in the name, right? Like you could say where it goes from. It has a start and a finish somewhere. And like if it's going to be an Olympic triangle, right? And you can just say, okay, let's do an Olympic triangle. So we're going to say Olympic triangle. That should to well, sailors, that has some meaning. And let's put it in somewhere. So I'm going to put this close to Scheveningen in the Netherlands, outside the harbor. That should be enough info for now. So let's just go and save the changes. Now we have some extra fields. We get to put pictures in it. Alright, so let's put some picture in it. Supposedly we can drag some stuff, so let me go dig up some picture somewhere. Okay, I got a whole collection of logos and stuff lying around somewhere. I need to find it. Alright, so somewhere in images, let's so what does it say? We can put a 250K picture in there with format 3:2. So the size doesn't matter, but the volume. So how many kilobytes. So you can, if you want quality, you want to be as close to 250K as possible. So the other day I made one for the fastnet race, so I'm just going to put that one in there. Then there is a badge, which basically is when you participate in the race, can be put in your profile. You can, it's like a sticker on your boat. So that has a format of 240 times 160 pixels. Obviously, it's good if you design these images before you start creating the race. So I'm just gonna stick with the fastnet race here. So this is a copy of the cover image at the proper size. So it's a little bit lower quality, but not that much lower. When you have it on your boat sticker or something, it's a really small thing. So the quality doesn't matter that much. Alright, so we have that. Now it's a race, and it's on the 1st of April, 23rd. So now we need a course. We'll go and say here, edit course. Alright. Yeah. Like latitude and longitude. Jeez. Okay. So like that's on the other side of the world. I'm at this moment 400 kilometers away from Scheveningen. I have absolutely no clue where the positions are in near the port of Scheveningen. So how do we gonna do this? So now I basically use OpenCMap for positioning. So we'll have to go and see where the OpenCMap is. There's the OpenCMap. Alright, so that opens at the last place. Last place was, I visited this was Kiel-Lübeck, Germany. Let's go, and where we want to go? We want to go to Scheveningen. So that's The Hague. And then there is Scheveningen. Alright, so this is the harbor, and we want to put a triangle somewhere in here. Right, so now this is why I use OpenCMap, because it has this trip planner. And then I just go, okay, so we're gonna put a start line in here. Now, what did it say? We want the port side, which is to the left, looking forward. So basically, when the wind comes from the north, It's usually in the west. So let's just put this on the left side above the KNS mark. There's some dangers to the west of this, or there's a point of interest to the west. There's a point of interest to the east from this one. Smack in the middle. Falk boat ain't that deep, so I'm just gonna guess we have enough depth here. Now you say, oh, how do you know? All right, so let's go and check if it's deep enough. Let's just take the Navionics chart. That's basically Navionics has most charts with depth. If you don't zoom in too much, that works fine. For some areas, you need to buy the maps. Otherwise, you can just use the online stuff for free. It's not for navigation, but if you want to know the depth of somewhere, OpenSeaMap, sorry, OpenSeaMap doesn't have any depth indication, so we'll just go and see if we can get some here near Scheveningen and see how deep it is. Okay, so yeah, we're not getting much information in here. Okay, so this is where like map viewer is unavailable here. Okay, so that's blocked. You need to buy the maps before see that. So here we don't get much, except, here we go, much better. The Hague, this is Scheveningen. Right, there's our these are the two marks, the cardinal marks. There's a pipeline running between these two things. They call it the drain, west, east, east. So there's a drain here. I don't know for what. Probably water pumping or something. Alright, so that goes all the way up there. I don't know. There's an area in here with a wreckage in it. Okay, doesn't really matter. So there's sea bottom comes up here, 12 meters, 15 meters, 14 meters, 6 meters, 8 meters. Falk boat only goes like max, I don't even know, 1.5 meters should be more than enough water. So we can put we can actually put the race course quite near to the beach. Let's just do that. So let's say something around here. It should have 3-4 meters. That goes, that fits. Going back here, so that would all fit here. And we just go right, make the course. Do one click there once. Now let's say that's our start line. Port side, east side. So what this does is it makes a track from this point to that point, right? That track starts at that position and ends at the finish. So basically there's a distance of 0.13 nautical miles. So the length of the start line is 1.3 nautical miles, and here are the positions. We started at the left, so this is our port side buoy, and that is our starboard side buoy. Okay, so now you need to know that in Sailaway, in the editor, we need the digital degrees and not the minutes. So we're going to switch to all digital degrees with a lot of a point and a lot of other numbers. So now these are the positions of our marks. So 52, 110, 52, 110. Oh, lose 10. And 4.258. 4.258, 4.258. then we go and see, where is it? Starboard side is 52.111. 52.111. And 4.261. 4.261. So that's our start. And let's just presume we also will finish there. So what would be coming? Are we coming back across the line, or are we going to cross it in the same direction as we are starting? Now, in an Olympic triangle, that's the case. So we're just going to repeat it. And that's basically our start and our finish line. So we're just going to save those changes so we don't lose it. We're going to lose some zeros, don't worry, that works. Right, so back to our map. So, okay, so if this is the start line, where are we going to go next? Okay, so if it's a triangle, basically the start is always in the wind, so we need a mark somewhere around here. We're gonna need a mark somewhere down here, and then we're gonna need a mark at 90 degrees angles. So that makes a triangle. Okay, so let's see. So just we have to remember where the start line is now. Alright, so just gonna delete that one. And then we're gonna make a new course. So the start line's here. I'm just gonna go around this mark. And then we're gonna go this way to here. And then we're gonna make a nice triangle. Something like that. Now we should have 3 points. 1, 2, 3. A start. 1 point. 2 point. 3 points. And the finish should be the 3rd point. 52.633. Yeah. Going back to digitals again. So now the fun part starts. Like what we can do, I can pull these points until we get somewhere where it fits. Alright. So I'm gonna declare this a triangle. If it doesn't measure up quite, then it just doesn't measure up. Yeah. Put these on each other, so like that. It has to do with cartography, but I'm not gonna explain it now. The sides are gonna be equal in length. At least they should be. The Earth is a ball and the chart is flat, so that's why the 90-degree angles don't work out in 45 and 45 here. So yeah, bring the whole thing down. It should fix it that way, because we still need to cross the finish and start, right? Okay. Good enough. worry too much about that. All right. So those would be rounding marks. So let's just presume we're going to start. Upwind, reach to the east and then a reach south. Okay, so I'm going to take 52.114. 52.114. Don't forget the dot. And 4.254. 4.254. Now, we're gonna do clockwise rounding. And look, now we also have this one in and we can do the next one. So that's gonna be clockwise rounding. And that should be number 2. It's the same latitude, just a different longitude. So we're going to 4.261. 4.261, and as you're on the same latitude, we're just going to copy that one. Save changes. And there we go. And next one, we should be back. Not a clown. So now we can do basically take another mark, or are we going to use one of the starting marks? So I'm going to decide. We're just going to take the starboard side of the start line as the third mark in our triangle. So we're going to back to the latitude of 52.111. And we're going to stay on a longitude of 4.261. Okay, so for some reason, yeah. This one is now at the same, yeah, exactly where the start line is being. The start line would be here somewhere. There, from there to there. Okay, so we put it here. It's gonna look like this. So I might have to move this one to get back to the triangle. Something like that. Let's leave it at that. So 4.256. So we're gonna bring that back east. 4.256. 256. Correct? Yeah, that's correct. And coming down, it's gonna stay there. And it's gonna be on the... Okay, so let's leave it at that. That should give us a start line, a finish line, and a triangle. Okay, we'll go back to the parent now. Save the changes. And notice, we do not go public. We do not make the race public. But in Sailaway, the race should be available now. We made the race, logged in with our own username. So if we now pick the correct boat. Okay, so where did I put my fault boat? Okay, here's my fault boat. I'll select the fault boat. And see if we can find a race. That should be on the 1st of April 2023. Oh, this is all December. It's way in the back. Who's that stupid guy that made all these races in here? Damn. So, January. Alright, I apologize already. Hey, here is 1st of April. That's our race. So we can now go enter the race and just see what we got. Get the map, teleport to the start, and there should be some kind of a triangular race track in here. So let's see what we got here. Okay, that looked kind of funny. Let's see. But, alright, so here's our start line. You start up to the top mark. And well, it almost looks like a triangle. It's a little bit small. So we basically just should size it up, extend in that direction, and extend that one upward. And we could maybe shorten the start line. Let's have a look. Map out of the way. So where's our start line? Actually, this is Scheveningen, so it's close to sunrise. There's a mark. There's another mark. Okay. No engine. Yeah. Let's just zoom out a bit. Go up. Oh, let's go up, up. There we go. And direction. So there's the top mark in the east, and that's the bottom mark and the start line. So why are these two marks not on top of each other? This should be actually only one. I don't know. Let's have a look. Going back to the course editor. So this is one, and that one should be on top of each other. Should they? No, this one should be on top of that one. Just like that one is on top of this one. For whatever reason, this does not work. 4, 2, 6, 1. Alright, I won't bother with it. So, we're just going to extend that one. So this is the first and the second mark we have changed. The first and the second. 5T116, 4252. Okay. So those two go up to 116 and 4.252. Save the changes, go back to the parent, save changes. Alright, so Now we go back to Sailaway and yeah, well, nothing changed. Alright, yeah, we need to reload the race. So, and this is what happens to a lot of people that have entered the race. The race organizer decides to change the course or something, anything, how small, whatever, something, like 2 hours before the start, and all of a sudden everybody misses the start, ends up did not finish, etc., or is kicked out of the race, or there's all kinds of synchronization issues. So, right, you have to make sure that after you change the course, anybody that has entered the race quits the race. As you see, it takes some time, and then re-enters the race, downloads it all again. So, go to the activity. And I really shouldn't have put up all these races already, but alright. So we're gonna have to dig through all of this. And then there we are, 1st of April. And now we can see this is our original course. And now I have to zoom out. Oh, there we go. To find where the marks are. There. So now it became bigger, as you can see. So we have to just make our course bigger. Okay, so but this is no race, right? So first of all, we should have this one probably somewhere a little bit more to this. Well, let's just leave it. It's enough work. All right, so let's deem our triangle for OK. Tested and valid. One more thing to check. Is the start line in the correct direction? And also we have to remember the finish is in the same direction. That's maybe not good. Maybe we should go and finish from the top. We'll decide later. For now, this is the set up the racetrack. So now let's make it a race. For this, we go back to the course editor. And we just have now to remember what is our first mark, second mark, and third mark. So we run sail the triangle, and then let's say we're going back up to the top mark. So the top mark, the first mark is that. And from that we go into the bottom mark. And from the bottom mark we're going to go back up. And then from the back up mark we're going to go do the triangle again. So now we have to be careful. The second mark. Go east, then go. No, go stay north and go east. So that should be that one. And then we stay east and go back north again. Okay. That should be southern mark, the west in the west. 252. So now we're at the bottom mark again. So from there we go back to the top mark again. Hang on. Right, we're in the east, we stay in, no, in the west, we stay in the west, but we're going back up. Nope. So, top mark, eastern mark, bottom mark, top mark, bottom mark, top mark, bottom mark, top mark, eastern mark, bottom mark, top mark, oh, careful. So let's go in top. Sorry, but alright. So top mark, eastern mark, bottom mark, top mark, bottom mark, top mark, eastern mark, bottom mark, one six, top mark, and then finish. Alright, so let's go through it again. Top mark, east mark, bottom mark, top mark, bottom mark, top mark, eastern mark, bottom mark, top mark, finish. Okay, you don't have to trust me. Let's just go and check it out. You can of course do this multiple times, but I'm just quitting and starting. That's just like, I think I can do it this way faster. So let's just see if that's all worked out now. Leaving the race, and define it again. Oh, something happened. Alright. So, we seem to be going round that one, round that one, round that one, round that one, and then all of a sudden we have a mark here. We're going from here to here, and then back there. This one shouldn't be there. 52, 111. Alright, so here at the bottom you can see the mark. So here 452 111. So that's 52.111, 4.252. That should never have happened. It should be 52.11, 426, 4261. Can pinpoint it. 4261. Alright, so let's go back. So this one should never have happened. That should be 42561. that's the bottom mark. Yeah, that's the bottom mark. No, it's not. Yes, it is. That's the bottom mark. Top mark, eastern mark, bottom mark. Bottom mark, top mark, finish. Alright, here we go again. So, we're gonna quit again. And then we go and load the race again. Alright. That looks promising. So we now have an in-wind start. Going up, around, around, up, down, up, around again, and then we finish. But something fishy here. What happened to our finish line? First of all, it seems to be at the level of the so this mark here should be here. How does it get up here? 261. And this is 5211. 5211. So there's we're missing a 1 there. And we see this little triangle pointing up. So basically we cannot finish this way. We need to go around and finish that way. So that's wrong. We should swap the port and starboard mark. Alright, so let's go and check that. So there's 1 too little in there. No, it's just in the bottom. Okay, so that should be the correct positions for the boys, right? Yeah. So now we just need to swap them. So that one goes there, and that one goes there. That should fix the finish. Go back to the parent again, save the changes again, go back to Sailaway, quit the race again, and let's find it again. And now it actually looks like something usable. Yeah, zoom level I can get it close enough, but yep, the little white boat out of the way. Okay, hang on. Tilt him to the boat. So for all good measures, you actually should try and do a test race, right? So we'll just go and do it. Okay, we're gonna worry about the trim. Yes, we are. Alright, put some backstay power in there. And there's a traveler somewhere. Oh, not the reef sheet. Alright, we're gonna leave it at that. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, we're going totally wrong direction. Alright, so here's the collection of badges. That's the bottom picture in the race editor. And it doesn't really matter with what boat you participate, you'll get the badges anyway. Okay, so start line looks good. The wind direction is of course totally off. So yeah, let's just go and make a point in the wind. So we'll just keep on racing, that doesn't matter too much. We're just gonna go back here and we're gonna say rotate course to wind. Save the changes. So now that should work. That easy? Yeah, that easy. Save changes, save changes. Of course, in the race we're in, it's not working yet, so here we go again. Quit current race. Activities and let's go again. Did it or did it not? no rotation. Okay, so when does it rotate? I don't know. That should not be used near the land. You might have been boys buried deep in the sand. Yeah. Make sure first that points north. Alright. I don't trust it, so I'm gonna leave it off. You saw how you can rotate. You can drag the thing around. So like if we go back and we say let's put that one there and let's put that one there. No, there. Now we're gonna have start and finish in that direction. Check that again. Where do we want to go? Oh, okay, no, we want to go southwest. Right, so we really want to go in that direction and move that one there, something like that. Let's make it interesting. Maybe some spectators on the piers later on. So let's just put it in this like that. So those two are on top. Oh. Okay, so we get some new coordinates. Let's put them in straight. Higher a bit, oh, like that. Close enough? No. Like that. A little shorter. Oh, like that. We won't. Real race organizer, of course, would have to worry about traffic from and to the port, but it's Sailaway, so no traffic. Let's see what we got now. So the 4250, 52105. First marks at 52105. $52.105 versus 4250. $4,250. The second mark is gonna be 52,111, 4,250. And the third mark is gonna be 4,261. Yeah, we left that where it was. So 52,105 replaces all the 52160s. So all of these are going to be 105. Third mark's gonna be 261, that's remains. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright. Go back to the parent, save changes, and do it again. Quit the race. And go find it again. Alright, that doesn't look too shabby. Alright, so we didn't move some marks. And these two don't fit. And of course we still have to pull this over to that. So let's fix this first. What's this? 5 to 104, 5 to 5. 250. 105. 4 to 50 versus 4 to 52. Yeah, 4 to 52 has to be down, and 4 to 6 doesn't happen. Alright. So let's say this gets complicated, so let's just go like this and drag this one out. Oops, where did I go with it? Just like magic. Now we have this one there and the edit course there, so now we have them. Can actually see what we're doing, so to speak. Alright. We're gonna start to the first mark. Up. 4 to 5, 5 to 1 1, 4 to 6 1. Then we're gonna go back up. Oh, it's okay, so to the first mark at 4 to 50. Then we keep the longitude and go to the northern latitude. From the northern latitude, go to the eastern longitude. From the eastern longitude, we go to the lower latitude, longitude. Yep, and the lower latitude. Yep. Then we go to the higher, and that's correct. And then we go back to the. Okay, so that one, like that. Should that fix it? All right. First mark, second mark, third mark, third mark, first mark, third mark, first mark, second mark. Third mark, first mark, no, eastern mark. Hang on, I lost it. Again, first mark, second mark, third mark, first mark, third mark, 4261, huh? First mark, correct, third mark, no, 4250, third mark, first mark, finish. Alright, and I have to save it again. Don't make it public yet. Save changes. Go back to Sailaway. Quit the race. And I really will have to edit this video down to, so this is gonna be really. And yes, it looks as if we made it. Now all we have to do is swing the start line around. I'm sure this you can make some spreadsheet that does this automatically, but okay. I don't really do that, so I'm just gonna say, alright, starboard mark. Our third mark is our starboard mark, and this we're gonna put our port mark. That's supposed to be perpendicular. I'm just gonna put it here, which is 52.110 4262. 52.110 4262. All right. There. Somewhere. So that's the one, but I'm having a problem, right? This would flip the thing around, so we need to put our third mark here, and the offset mark there. And remember, we have to flip it, so 52.110 goes here, 4262 goes there, and our third mark, 111, goes there. And don't make it public. Save changes. Go back to the sail away. Quit the current race. No, not that one. Okay. There we go. Well, no, we don't go. Why not? Look at the green little... I got this first teleport to the start. Let's check it again. So the greenish thing goes north to south, or southwest to northeast, and the finish, so we did it exactly the wrong way around, so we have to go back and swap port and starboard marks. So swap. These two out. And we have to do the same at the finish line, because the white arrow was on the wrong way too. What was it? 4.25, no, 4.262. Oops, 262. Alright, now you understand if you have to do this like half an hour before the race, things get messy, can get messy. So basically always look at windy and 6-7 hours before the start if possible. If it's really close or you don't have the time, 24 hours. And maybe somebody else has experience with how the rotating functions or not functions, but if you're close to shore, then there's no other way but you have to rotate the course manually. Somebody might make a spreadsheet that does this automatically. You just enter a wind direction and then it should be able to swap all the coordinates. Takes a little bit of calculation, but not that much. So. But okay, not for me now. So this should be correct now. Save changes. Go back to parent. Don't make it public yet. Save changes. Quit again. And join it again. Now, let's see. What have we got? Boom. Where did the start line go? Whoa, 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 whoa. So what happened here? The start line is now from here. Oh, it's okay, this one's correct. Start line got screwed up. It's obviously I missed some numbers. 4262 5210. Seems to be at the correct longitude, but the latitude is like off by let's make a guesstimate. It's off by 0.4 nautical miles, half a nautical mile. 4261 5211 5210. It should be 521100. And I put it at 5210. Alright. See? Is that correct? Edit course 5211 5210. So, is it correct now? There we go. And back and do it again. Okay, this will be quite a recording, but alright, let's go. Now the little green arrow is in the wind. We finish up in the wind and we actually made a triangular course. So let's just make sure our router plotting is accurate. Yeah, so we're going to finish rounding the mark. Rounding the mark. Rounding the mark. Okay. Rounding the mark. Rounding the mark. I have to be. That one is there. Almost lost it. Not that one. But that one. Let's put in some offset in there. Alright, so rounding the mark. Rounding the mark. If you pick the wrong line here, obviously you're going to end up in a lot of trouble. So where's this going? It's already busted because this should go there. And not like that. and finish. So now the clever thing is, of course, save this voyage. Yeah, it's right. Well, yeah, we'll have to do. Can we name it ourselves? Hang on, can we do this? Yeah, all right. I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay, so let's name your voyage. This is Olympic Triangle. Okay, so that's southwesterly wind. Oh, what? Let's call it triangle. Southwesterly. Scheveningen. Alright. And let's do this stuff here too. Olympic Triangle. Southwesterly. Southwesterly. And that's for, well, basically that's for me. So I know which the orientation the first leg has. So it's going to southwest. The wind comes from southwest. The first leg goes to southwest. And the off mark, or the reaching mark, is to port. Sorry, of course it's to starboard. So triangle, southwest, and reaching mark to starboard. Save changes. Alright, so I'm just gonna swap the image. I'll drag a new one in there. Put the badge in there. Save changes. And so it wasn't all for nothing. Let's just publish it. All right. So now it should be here somewhere. There we go. And after all of this work, and basically what we now can do is every time we in windy can see, all right, tomorrow winds is going to be southwest near the Dutch coast. Oh, I can do my race. I can actually put my race up. Well, then you can just go to the race organizer and say, hey, I can do my triangle southwesterly with the reaching mark to starboard. Ah, okay, so then you just go like, hey, let's copy this. So where's the copy? There's the copy. And we say, hey, okay, it's not April. So today's Saturday, so we'll just go Saturday. Around the cans race. Saturday around the cans race. Oop. So we go again with our logo stuff. Left, something left here. And oh, okay, too fast. Here, there. Badge in, badge, okay. Why the copying the badge stays, but the image not. I don't know why the badge stays and the image doesn't, but alright. So we just save changes. So we're gonna hold that race today. Is November 26th. So let's say in an hour from now. Wind's only gonna change. Just gonna keep it at 0. Save changes. Make public. And now the race start will be in 1 hour from now. Yep. Today's save changes. Alright, so that's in. Let's take our April Fool's race. Unfortunately, once published, you can't take it back. So you can only make a copy and then delete the race. So let's make that copy. That's unpublished. Sorry, that's unpublished, but it still has the stuff in it. It has a date sometime in far, far away future, and we're just gonna delete the race we already made. Right. That's basically it. Yeah, I hope it helps. Bye for now.